Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Trojan Trench for tonight's contest between the Manchester Squires and your Triton Trojan Blue Switch. On behalf of the Triton community and the entire staff and student body of the Triton Junior Senior High School, we welcome Manchester as our guest at tonight's contest. We ask that all fans and players demonstrate an attitude of respect and good sportsmanship throughout today's contest. Your cooperation and positive support are greatly appreciated. Please rise and kindly remove your hats as Katie Reichert will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now let's meet the starters. First for our visitors, the Manchester Squires. Number 3, Ava Sauter. Number 4, Peyton Green. Number 10, Molly Jeanette. Number 21, Hannah Stout. And number 24, Emma Walker. The Squires are coached by Allison Kauffman. And now for your Triton Trojans. Number 2, Sierra Holly. Number 3, Chloe McKinney. Number 23, Nadia Stetler. Number 24, Avery Beers. And number 32, Sydney King. Triton Trojans are coached by Mrs. Ashli Faulkner. The officials for tonight's contest are Crane Hearn, Sydney Hearn, and Tanya Hearn. Let's have a great contest.
All right, there's the starting lineups out there for both teams. No Miley Groves tonight after a scary fall last night, but she's doing okay. Just going to press precaution, going to keep her out tonight. Good to see her back here this evening. And Avery Veers will get set to tip against Emma Walker. Last season, these two teams met. That was at Manchester, where they won that game 62-48. The series the last 20 years, Triton leads the series 11-9 in the last 20 years. So been kind of a tightly contested matches between these two. And first snap, or the first tip goes out of bounds, and the Lady Squires will start with the basketball here.
Veer's coming out too strong.
Just excited. Just excited. Walker looks to inbound. Back in the backcourt, you'll see Peyton Ream. That's where they go with the basketball. And she'll set the table for the offense for their first offensive set of the ball game. Walker on the right wing. Uses the screen to her left. Leaves it up top. Stout sets a good screen there for Ream. A lot of action outside the perimeter for the Lady Squires, trying to feed it underneath. Shanep with it, goes up with the basketball and can't rattle it home. Rebound goes to Nadia Stetler. Holly to bring it up. Had her hands full last night against a very tough John Glenn defense. Handled it well, I think, for the most part. If you look how Sierra Holly played last night.
Absolutely. Stout
with the steal. 1-on-2, fast break. Here comes Stetler to close out, and she's going to get called for the foul. The Lady Squires going to go to the line for 2.
Falls on number 23, Nadia Stetler. Number 21, Hannah Stout.
So Stout to the line. Nadia Stetler picks up that first foul. Went off the back iron, no good. Two coaches here. I think you're going to see a lot of movement in the coaches' boxes tonight. Stout gets a friendly bounce.
I saw them talking before this game started. I said, gosh, what I would do to know what they're talking about.
I bet it was a fun conversation,
absolutely.
too. Sydney King brings the ball up the floor. Breaks the timeline. Now sets up top the key. Walker knocks it away, and she takes it over on the steal. Head of steam. Lays it for Shanna. Pulls the pivot foot. No call. Chloe McKinney gets the rebound.
One thing these girls got to see is Manchester always comes out. They are very much so intuitive. They know where those passes are going. They know where they need to be to pick off those plays.
Peyton Ream picks it off. Backs. Basket's good. The Squires taking over here early. Walker will get called for the foul. It's her and Avery Veers collided. Manchester doing a nice job really getting at the basketball, disrupting the ball handler in these first couple minutes. Peyton Ream, very active hands. Anna McKinney, top of the key.
This is another great growing point for this Triton team. As last night, you had that tough defense all the way around. Coming back at it here again tonight, you can see it, and you.
Banks open and one opportunity coming for Avery Veers on the assist from Sierra Holly.
Just like right there, they settled into their offense a little more right there than versus last night. They went through their play really looking for that shot that they could get to get them off.
Ava Sauter called for the foul. Free throws up, back iron, no good. Triton trails by 1. Sauter with the basket. They're going to work out to Walker on the left wing. Lost the screen out, now to Sauter. Goes to Ream. Uses that screen. Straightaway 3 on the way. Off the side are no good. Stout fighting for the offensive board. Gets it, leaves it for Shanep. Goes up with the 2 and is fouled.
Falls on number 24, Avery Veers. Number 10 to the line, Molly Shanep for 2.
Shanep, excuse me. First one's on the way. Can't quite connect. You know, when those free throws are going to be even more important for whatever teams go to the line, because you know that with last year, then the new rule with the bonus, as we like to call it. I mean, that free throws, that's going to be a big tipping point to every game if you going forward. These from now on, I guess.
Yes.
We saw play factors where it kind of took teams away. Teams that maybe aren't as strong shooting the basketball, you get a chance for a couple of free shots there to keep yourself in the ballgame.
Absolutely. There has been plenty of times I have watched, played, seen. Free throws are what can make or break your game, especially with such a competition like tonight, we have tonight.
Sauter makes that one there and extends the lead back to 3. And a foul call. They're coming on Manchester. Of course, Manchester in their away red uniforms. Black numerals outlined in white. Triton in their home white uniforms. Blue numerals outlined in, I believe, gold. Kenny's not here to give his little spiel. There's uniform sponsors. McKinney stops top of the key, leaves it for Sydney King. Lost it. can't quite control it, couldn't corral it. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Triton. Checking in now will be West. So Hadley West checks in.
On behalf of Shenep.
McKinney in the corner, down to Avery Veers in the low block. Goes up strong with it off the window. It's good. Picks up her second basket here tonight. Ream exits the center circle. West goes to Walker. Up on top to Sauter. 5 minutes to go here in the first. Sauter drives the lane. Good strong drive and a foul call at the end of the drive. We'll send her to the line for 2. As the foul's going to be on Chloe McKinney, team's third.
I will say after already in this first quarter, just within these couple minutes, very impressed with Triton's defense, how they've stepped up the intensity versus last night. They are very much so on another level tonight.
Sauter hits the first one, but yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. A team that's, because you know Manchester's going to be aggressive, driving to the basket. They're a very physical team. How do you respond after a tough loss last night? This is exactly how you respond in the first quarter.
Yes.
Sauter tickles the twine for the second one. Sends that lead back to 3. McKinney looking for Holly. Triton up back up the floor, going to reset here. Peyton Ream doing a nice job getting a hand on the basketball here defensively. Now goes to Stetler. She'll drive from the left wing. Stops there. Gives it back to King. King drives now. Goes to the floater in the lane. Off the window. No good. Rebound there goes to West. And her and Avery Veers will tangle for that one there. And Triton comes away with the basketball off the loose ball.
Good look right there by Veers, especially with staying clean on that, because you know how we know how it goes sometimes on those jump balls. It could go either way, whether she picked up a foul or whether she kept it clean enough. And right there, it just really went in her favor. Being smart about it.
McKinney receives the inbound. Holly trying to get the offense to get moving. Peyton Ream not giving her any breathing and doing a nice job defensively, and knocks it away and making Holly fight for it. Here comes the trap. Trying to get the ball moving. Sierra's tough, though, but that just really shows how tough Peyton Ream's defense is. Coach Faulkner got the timeout before the
timeout there.
Not much room there. Got the timeout in time. The near side official called it before they said the jump ball, so that's the officials on the floor making the call.
Absolutely.
Of course, tomorrow night we're going to try to have a football game, broadcast-wise, so we'll be down in North Miami. We'll keep you posted. I mean, like I said, sometimes it's colder out. You got weather inclinations, but it should be a nice night for football. But either way, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. We're going to give her, as we always like to say, the old college try, so it'll be all right. Well, we're gonna try anyhow.
Absolutely.
Of course, the girls will be back in action next week. They'll be at Argus and at South Central, then a 3-game homestand after that against the Northern Lakes Conference. Veers corner 3 off the inbound, can't drop it in. Peyton Ream gets the rebound. 2 seniors on this Manchester team. Stout and Shannon. Stout, speaking of her, gets the rebound, goes back up and draws the foul.
I'll put 2 on Veers.
That's team's 4th. Crash Howard looking to check in. Stout can't quite get that one to connect. Avery Veers comes off the floor. Well, they're awful chatty over there to our left tonight.
Kenny keeps coming over my shoulder. Look at the screen. It makes me nervous.
Stout drops it in on that one. Leading out of 4. McKinney trying to split the defenders, gets fouled. The fouls piled for both sides.
Absolutely.
8 combined. That'll be on Hadley West. It's not like you're clicking anything wrong. There's nothing to be terrified about.
Oh my gosh, he's making me nervous here.
Yeah, he's just trying to get to update. There it goes. There. Now we're good. It takes about 15 seconds. Holly now past the timeline. Going to switch up. Put Olivia Stevens in the game now, picking her up as Reem gets a break. Looks seem to get a hair tie. Back working. McKinney's pass. Off the mark. And over and back's going to be the call. And if you're Triton right now, the big thing is, okay, yes, your offense isn't there. Not a time to panic. You just take a breath, slow down, and just run your offense.
Absolutely. What these girls do best is slowing that game down. Slowing it down to where they are in control of what happens here. We all know they can go fast. They can keep up with all the other players. But once they take that chance and slow it down, it really benefits them in the long run.
You get those two offensive plays, it kind of gives you the confidence to let your offense. You can speed it up if you want.
Absolutely.
That one off the mark. Stout fighting for it. Jump ball, and it'll stay here with the Lady Squires. Hadley West going to inbound. Of course, they're coached by Allison Kauffman, her fourth season as head coach. 86 wins in her career, going back 9 years. Goes to Holly, tries not to get moving. Sydney King gets up the floor, runs in, lost the basketball.
Coach Faulkner really down there just trying to get her girls to pick up the speed on things, especially in that fast break. Yes, we want to be able to come back down to our offensive position, slow it down, keep it in control with us. But when you are on that fast break, it is all about getting across that court and giving yourself another fighting chance.
Manchester takes it over. Stout goes up the left hand, banks open. And they're going to continue to turn the pressure up. He's trying, struggling to keep the ball in possession. And the ball kicks off. It goes out of bounds.
I thought it.
I think it might have hit the. I think it hit the floor
before it.
Before it hit Sydney.
Trying to find a way to put this thing in gear.
We got Kenny joining
Kenny's
us.
back. I wonder. I'm just used to him talking, so I just wasn't phased by it. Schroll checks in the game, still trying to find a way, but they're going to get over and back.
You go first.
No, you go first.
If you're Triton here, you are looking for something here to work. You can't let your frustration take over you, especially on those fast breaks. You have to see and slow yourself down even then, see where you can get your way and see which way you're going to break it. You can't let your frustration go in or else you're going to end up in our fellow situation right here.
You know, in going back with this group here, I mean, this is a group that you saw really two players out there on the floor that played some serious, or three, maybe four, played some serious, meaningful minutes as varsity players. Are getting they're getting fed through a fire hose here. Holly lost her dribble, goes up to Stetler, throws it away. Hadley West going to drive up with the right hand, draws the foul, back to line. Now they're in the bonus for the next 2 minutes and 3 seconds here this first quarter. Gracie Riffle looks to check in. Sierra Holly going to get called for her first foul. West off the mark. And you know, Sierra Holly, she's a competitor. She is one tough human being. And like I said, for her, you're the point guard. You're going to draw a lot of attention there. She's talented. There's a reason why they're paying attention to her, because they know she can run this offense and the great things she does. Right here, this is a point where Sierra takes a breath. Look for her to come out firing when she comes back in the ball game. Gracie Riffle now, a talented freshman, out there on the floor. On the left wing goes to Kennedy Howard. Howard skips it to King, but West intercepts and takes it away. She's got it free lane. Howard closes in and can't drop it in. Stout put back no good. Tipped around and goes out of bounds. Off of the Trojans, it'll stay here for Manchester.
And right there with our girls, we started off really well with our boards, getting up there and getting those rebounds. But right there, you got to see those girls. They got to take those opportunities to really get that box out and play and to get up with those girls and not just kind of let the rebound come to them. Go to it.
5 steals for the...
Great defense right there by Triton.
This is a group, like I said, the pieces are going to be there.
Yes.
But Manchester doing an outstanding job here. Defensively, really creating pressure, but letting that feed the offensive side. Goes to Riffle. Skips it to King. King falls on it. West rips it away, goes back up again, and can't quite get it to drop in. Stetler gets the rebound. And a foul call on Manchester. And that one will be on Olivia Stevens, the freshman.
Her first. Team's 5th.
She was impressive in the JV contest, hit back-to-back threes, and they were daggers.
Yes.
So now Triton in the bonus.
The bonus.
King drops it in. Triton's first made free throw, second attempt, second trip to the line. These boys are on their phones a lot. King tickles the twine for the second perfect trip there. I'm looking at Caden's down there on his phone. And she shows off wide right there. Olivia Stevens with a dagger from beyond the arc. I believe the first three-point attempt to drop here in the ball game. Riffle gets pickpocketed by West. Peyton Ream, free lane to the basket. It's good. Another point-off turnover for the Lady Squires. King tries to find somebody. Riffle gets the loose ball. Here comes the double team and a foul call. Going to be on Emma Walker. And Gracie Riffle getting her first varsity reps here tonight from the free throw line. Can't get the first one to drop in. Hadley West back in the game. Kenny Howard coming out of the game, trying to find someone to go in. Lydia Hammond going to check in. Gracie Riffle again. Can't get that. Inside a minute to go here in the first quarter. Squires by 9. Good good cut to the basket by West. Stopped underneath, had the right look, but it was a good job by Sydney Keene to kind of get there and disrupt the shot.
Absolutely. And that's one thing these Triton girls, I give them so much props for right now, is how strong their man-to-man defense is here in this first quarter.
And like I said, you know, Manchester getting a lot of good looks off of turnovers. Settler trying to get free up. Got to pay attention to that.
Absolutely.
She's trying to push up the floor now. Champ's trying to stay with her. Riffle gets a loose ball, goes, but West is going to knock it out of bounds. It'll stay right here. Trying off to inbound from a tough spot in the corner.
And see right there, Stetler right there finding a great break up that floor. What she needs to, what we want to see as a team is that slow down, that reset to where you get your team there for you to help you out in that situation.
Riffle with a deep three. Can't drop it in. Ream with the rebound. Ream now on the right wing. Attacks McKinney on the drive. Goes with the runner. Can't drop it in. Sydney King with the rebound. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Triton going to push it here. Up to Riffle. Got 13 seconds. Works it right. Leaves it for Lydia Hammond. Goes to Stetler. Shannon knocks it away. Stevens with the basketball. Goes to the heave at the buzzer. Off the mark. No good. The Squires take a 15-6 lead in to the second quarter. We'll take a break. Be back here for the second quarter right after this.
Hello, I'm Brian Avery, Director of Champions Together for the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Champions Together is a program that partners the IHSAA and Special Olympics Indiana. It is designed to provide opportunities for students with and without intellectual disabilities to participate together on fields of play and in other activities throughout the year. Unified sports, an important part of Champions Together, allows students who might not otherwise have the opportunity a chance to represent their school in interscholastic sport and compete for an IHSAA state championship. Unified sports currently exist in roughly 1/3 of IHSAA member schools, and that number is growing. For over 10 years, Champions Together and Unified Sports have helped promote relationships between students with and without intellectual disabilities, increase graduation rates and school attendance, and improve the culture within our schools. To learn more about what is happening in the inclusion revolution, visit ihsaa.org.
All right, so we're about to get the second quarter underway here. Triton will start with the basketball. They'll be working right to left.
Sierra Holly back in.
So she kind of adjusts. Peyton Ream now back stuck to her. Did a nice job defending her in the first quarter. West knocks it away. She takes off, clean lane to the basket, up and in, stealing the basket for Hadley West. Got 4 steals on the night.
Great middle look there by Sierra. That's kind of what we've been hoping for on this press break.
And Chloe Machine Gun McKinney gets that one to go in.
Great start here for the second quarter for these girls.
Peyton Ream now with the basketball, goes to West. Ream on the left wing. Ream down the right wing. Sarah Hawley got her off balance. West shoots and is going to get fouled on the three-point attempt. As her and McKinney collide. Almost got a rare 4-point play.
It's going to put McKinney with 2.
And West will go to the line for 3 free throw attempts. Team is 4 of 10 here in this first half. Oh, it sounds like the Triton youngsters are getting vocal over there.
Need to go back to the other side. My child's actually asleep.
Oh, yeah, they're good now. West can't get the friendly bounce. If you're trying the second quarter, you got to find a way just to kind of just move to the basketball. Don't think about it. Just let your offense kind of just take shape.
Absolutely. And with these girls, the frustration that you can see on their faces, not only and feel in their play, you've got to be able to see where they can just block out that scoreboard and just be able to play the game that they know how, because we know how talented of a group they are.
Riffle now up the floor. Goes with the jumper, can't drop it in. West gets the rebound. Stout. Oh, free laned on the baseline, up and the floater's good. Manchester puts back to the full court pressure defense. Holly tries to pass it to her, but goes wide left of the mark. Triton settles into a zone look here on the inbound as West will go to trigger it. Goes to Ream with a quick up fake. I'm going to say a travel.
You can see where she kind of got tripped up by Gracie, right, or Riffle right there.
Now Sydney King off the inbound in the opposite corner where she was at in the first quarter. McKinney close to that baseline. Lost her dribble, has to go somewhere. Was Faulkner trying to call a timeout.
Gets it to her.
Gets it, try to see if she can get this offense focused back in. Manchester, if you're Coach Kauffman, everything kind of going to plan here. You know, you played a tough team in Wawasee last night. Didn't quite get the win there, but yet this group here coming out very strong defensively, doing a nice job really just letting the defense really feed the offensive side of the floor.
Absolutely. With these Triton girls coming out here, they had a great play to start off here, and then the one thing that we're really looking for them to rein in is those unforced turnovers.
And they're kind of hurting right now. I mean, with Avery Veers out with 2 fouls right now. You have 2 post players or 2 very key players right now that are out with 2 fouls.
Absolutely.
In foul trouble early. but yet who's going to be that person to kind of step up? You know, Sierra's shouldering a lot of load. She's getting a lot of pressure in that backcourt, but who's that other person going to step up and take that pressure away from her?
I'm really loving and hoping to see Sydney King just fire away tonight where she gets on her roll.
King will inbound. Nadia Stetler tries to keep it alive, but tips it. Sauter gets it off the loose ball. Manchester back the other way. Walker drives. Free lane, goes up and drops it in. King goes to Holly, but Ring going to get called for a foul. Egoff will now check in. And Reem will come off the floor with 2 fouls. King waits, finds Riffle. Riffle up the floor. Lost her dribble, gets it knocked away. West now. Goes to Sauter. On the left wing goes to Walker in the corner. Good ball move by the Squires around the perimeter. West drives the baseline. Pull-up jumper. Can't get the friendly roll. Chloe McKinney gets the rebound. Now, Holly going to push it. Doesn't have numbers. She's going to put on the... No, she's going to continue to attack. Tries to leave it, but gets fouled on the pass. And they will go to inbound.
Sauter there with her second foul.
13-point lead for the Squires is trying to find a shot to drop in. Sydney King can't quite catch the rim. That one goes out of bounds. Shooter's got to keep shooting.
Absolutely.
You miss one, you just got to keep going, and Manchester's going to call a 30-second timeout.
Not at all mad about that look there from Sydney King.
And that's the look you got to get in rhythm right now. I mean, your offense
Absolutely.
isn't quite on time. Everything's not really quite flowing. You got to find a way to shoot to kind of get that rhythm going. So when things do start speeding up, you can hit those shots.
Absolutely, and what's coming out here right now is Manchester here sitting 8 for 27. They're taking those shots when Triton's only 3 for 7. They're just not able.
Can't get across that half
Yeah.
court line to even get an offense set up.
Not really giving themselves a chance here.
Like I said, that's just a testament how tough this Manchester
Yes.
defense truly is, and they are showing off. They're flexing their muscles here tonight, showing how tough early on their defense is.
Absolutely.
So Three Rivers Conference, take notice. Squires going to be tough on. They're going to be tough.
Absolutely.
I kind of figured that this is a tough team, very well coached. West now at the basketball. Holly going to pick her up the center circle. Works away from the screen. Egoff leaves it for West. Works now with the screen, stops inside the top of the arc. Walker, step back 3. Off the iron, too strong. Rebound to West, backing down, kicks it out to Egoff. Now finds Walker on the elbow. She'll drive with the runner, draws the foul, goes to the line for 2. Triton's second team foul.
First for Miss Riffle.
Walker rattles that one home. No, I love watching Jeremy watch his kids play sports. It is one of the most entertaining things.
Yes.
Me as a dad gets done. I imagine hopefully I'm either doing this or I'm busy because I'd probably look the same.
Walker walking away with 2 free throws in right there at the line.
Holly now, top. Egoff not giving her any space. Getting a hand in. They're doing a real nice job getting inside the ball handler, knocking it away. Holly going to attack, goes up strong, gets the lay-in to drop in.
Great run right there by Miss Holly. Seeing those openings and just getting through those girls.
Trying to use it defensively, just keep letting that feed the other side. Works the screen to the left for Egoff. Now to West. West works away from the screen. She'll try the drive floater from the paint, can't drop it in. Shenep with it, goes back up, gets it knocked away from Chloe McKinney. King now to push it. Past the half-court line, goes to McKinney in the short corner. King thought about it. Holly now to drive, goes up in the lane, goes up off the window. It's good. Back-to-back baskets for Sierra Holly.
Right there with these girls, you see once they get across that half court and actually give themselves a chance in this offense, they are very productive.
Stout gets it knocked away from Sydney King. Knocked away Sierra Holly. Here comes Machine Gun McKinney, takes it away. Holly up the floor. She's got Riffle. Riffle puts on the brakes with the jumper and the transition. It's good. And a 6-0 run for the Trojans, breathing life into the home fans. And right there, letting your defense feed your offense. This team now starting to get into rhythm. Stout to attack again. Stops. Goes to Shenep. Chloe McKinney, active hands on the far side. Feeds it to West. Passes behind her. She corrals it. Lost it on the way out. But she steps out of bounds. And Triton takes over. Schroll will check in, and as will Sauter. So Manchester going to put some more size down in the paint to try to force Triton away from it. 9-point ball game. Manchester's had the lead and hasn't looked back. Holly now on the baseline. Gets trapped there, goes back to Settler. She'll try a three, blocked there by Stout. Rebound there goes to West. Or Walker, rather.
Yes.
Walker gets freed up. The runner, no good. Gets her own rebound back underneath, and her and McKinney fight for it. It's a loose ball. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say Sauter touched it, and the Trojans take over. I lost the basketball for a minute.
I just do.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of clear over here in the lane, and next thing you know, no, it's over in the corner.
Well, the activities coordinator, he was down there. He could see it. Mr. Watkins. Sydney King. Now to Stetler. Stetler drives. Goes with the runner up off, and she's going to draw a foul and go to the line for two. Triton's aggressiveness now at the offensive side is now they're starting to feel comfortable, and they're starting to understand how to move.
And once they see that aggressiveness start coming into play, it really helps with their confidence in their play, too. And you can see as Sierra Holly taking those shots.
And Nadia Seller tickles the twine on the first. And like we said, who's going to be that person to step up? And right now, Sierra Holly says, "Hey, I got this.
Absolutely.
Y'all just hang on. I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna toe the line here."
Absolutely. And with Chloe McKinney right behind her on that defense, making that possible for her.
And Nadia Stetler, even more important, hits 2 free throws. And brings their team back within 7. But if you're trying, like I said, Kenny, we've talked about it. I mean, over the last few years, this team looks different. But right now, you're seeing a team that's some young players that are really starting to figure it out.
You know, it's always, especially these first few games, and when you have a lot of roster kind of change over a little bit, you just got to get everybody. Yeah, you had a practice, and trying to get everybody to gel. But once you get into that game situation, some of that stuff, just that little pressure, getting everybody just to know how everything's flowing and getting that confidence of where everybody's at.
And if you're Manchester on the other side here, okay, how do you respond to adversity? You have this lead, you're playing with it, but Triton's now starting to go on a run. How do you stop this run?
Absolutely. And for Manchester here, it's just them. Yes, Triton is coming up on a run. They are coming up on their heels, and they are coming up fast. But Manchester has that mentality to where they are sound in their play. They are sound within their group to where they know if they keep their heads on their shoulders and keep doing what they're doing in their game, it's going to keep going for them.
If you're Triton, I mean, like you said, the big thing there, you saw the aggressiveness. Holly saw. So you know what? They're gonna swarm me. I'm gonna go towards the basket, and that's exactly what she did. They'll either part the waters and you'll get a look, or you're gonna get fouled and go to the line.
Absolutely.
Walker to inbound.
Triton turning up a press here.
Manchester with 2 players back deep. Goes to Egoff. Back to Walker. Walker up the floor to Sauter. Sauter. Works it back up top. I'm trying to get called for a foul. Riffle going to be called with the body. The team's third.
Puts Gracie with 2.
Manchester hitting that lone 3, 1 and 6 from beyond the arc. It's 7 inside.
Triton settling into a 3-2 zone here.
Eoff, short corner jumper. It's good. It was a laser from that spot. Riffle now up the floor. Faulkner calling out the play. Goes down into Steller. We're going to get fouled for a call on the catch, and it looks like it's going to be on Schroll. Team's fourth. And if you're Manchester, that aggressive defense has fed you offensively. Why not stay with it? This group
Absolutely.
here, like I said, it's going to come down to an official preference on those calls, but yet Riffle will try a 3. Count it! Gracie Riffle drills one from beyond the arc. And Triton gets their first 3-point attempt to drop of the night.
And Triton here in the zone, they were doing amazing there in their man-to-man defense here. Dropping into this zone, you still have to stay on your toes. You can't let these girls just find open. You guys have got to find those connections and work within each other.
Walker answers back with a floater. Lead back to 8. Nope. I'm right.
Yeah.
My math's right. I had to check my math. Well, I had to think about it here for a second.
Don't ask me about it.
Riffle, another one. Count it! Gracie
Dang.
Riffle!
She had range on that one, too.
I don't know if Big Brother could hit. Then you might be challenging Big Brother for that spot.
Happy about that over there. Look at him over there.
Egoff for even deeper 3. She couldn't quite get that one to drop in. Holly and Sauter collide, and Triton comes away with the rebound. Sydney King on the left wing. Leaves it for Holly. She said, why not? I'll try a 3. Count it! Sarah Holly, Kenny, we've been begging her to shoot that
Yes.
shot.
I've told her that one day. You just shoot. You don't know how open you are sometimes.
She heard
Just
you
shoot it.
right there. She hesitated, but she heard you.
And Triton at one point
Kenny,
down
take it
13
away.
points, now down by 2 with 8 seconds to go and a foul call, and Triton will go to the line for 2 for the bonus if it is on them.
Great defense right there by McKinney knocking that ball away here in these last seconds, really keeping Manchester out of here.
And Sydney King will have a chance to tie the ball game here after one team being down by 3. 3 3-pointers from Holly, 2 by Riffle have brought this team, but it goes back to Sierra Holly and driving there in the basket early in this quarter to
Starting
breathe
off
some
that.
life back into this team.
Starting off that aggression.
King can't get down to drop in. Chance to cut it to 1 with 8.9 to go before halftime. Triton a lot of momentum shifting their way here in the second quarter.
Absolutely.
And King can't get down to drop. Sauter has a chance now. 6 seconds on the clock. At the top of the key.
Backside.
And nowhere to go. She'll travel. She was looking to hand it off on that
Yes.
backside, but it wasn't there. Went to spin and pulled that pivot foot.
Triton really looking here to cut this lead, tie it up here.
Egoff not going to give Holly any room to breathe. Riffle trying to get
Absolutely
freed
not.
up. Now Holly's got it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Not going to have enough time. She's going to heave it, but not going to count. And that's going to do it for the first half. Squires lead by 2. Triton came roaring back there in that midway point of the second quarter, putting up a solid 19 points in that quarter.
Yes.
So,
See if it's.
see, we'll let Kenny do his thing there. I don't think it's gone yet.
Yeah, we gotta go. Yeah, let's sink just slightly.
I think you should be good.
Yeah, we should be good.
Go for it.
So over there for the Trojans, Riffle there with 8 points. Holly there with 7. Veers with 4. McKinney and Stetler each with 2, and also King with 2. No big foul really. Riffle, Veers, McKinney all have 2 fouls, and then Stetler and Holly rounding out their foul totals there. For Manchester, Sauter with 4. I can't read that on my screen over there. Ream with 4. Oh, we got Walker and
with
Stout each with 6. Stevens with 3. Egoff and West all with 2 points, and the fouls there. Got several players. Well, you got Scroll with 3, but then you've got several Walker, Sauter, and Ream all with 2, and Stevens with that single foul. And then for team comparisons here, 25-26 there halftime score. Field goals 9 of 17 compared to 10 of 35. Those 3 of 6. Those big 3-pointers of Triton been hit late here in the second quarter, getting them back in the game. Where Manchester just won. Free throws are 4 and 9. You know, like to see that a little higher. Of course, they're 6 to 15 on the other side. Rebounds 11 and 16. Turnovers, that's a big thing there in that first quarter, second quarter transition. 14 turnovers to 7, and those team fouls, they're adding up 11 to 8.
So that being said, we'll take a break here at halftime. We'll be back for the second half right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Terrace, the Trojan Trench. Andy O'Hara alongside me here is Abby Veers, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Ryan Limmer here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSAA Champions Network. Caden and Chris, our two sideline camera operators here tonight, with Leah and Miss Genevieve running our stats over here tonight. So Avery Veers back out on the floor, has those two fouls, went out early. They're at the clock. Well, now they're going to stop. Now they're going to reset. But the big thing for Triton, closing that gap there. 19 points put up in that second quarter. 12 points put up by the Squires there. Now Manchester, very tough team defensively, doing a lot of things really nice. Triton really responded well. But the big thing is you got to keep your foot on the gas and come out firing here in this third quarter.
Absolutely.
For either side. Either side. Ream skips it to Shanette. Down into Walker. Walker's been a nice player tonight. Good spin move. Left hand. It's pretty. It's good. Good strong drive by her. Goes to Holly. Now to King. King going to push the ball. Here comes the trap. Puts on the brakes. Retreats back. Nowhere to go with the ball. Ream knocks it away to Walker. Walker back-to-back baskets. Yes, here to start the second half. Now to Stetler. Stetler going to push the basketball up the near sideline. Stops and Walker knocks it away, but Stetler going to rip it away and it goes out of bounds. And the Squires coming out firing here in this second half. Walker being that focal point of that offense and defensive side. Walker going to throw it down to Stout, wide open here by the half-court line. Sauter. Walker wants it. She's going to try a three. She sits inside, counted from the outside.
Walker coming out on fire this second
7
half.
points to start the third quarter for Walker, and Ream knocks it out of bounds. Riffle back in the game. She'll check in for Stetler. So McKinney, Veers, Riffle, Holly, and King, the five. Walker, Sauter, Stout, Ream, and Shanette out there for the Squires. Look at Walker again. Another nice play. Can't convert it. She's been a human highlight film here in this second half.
There she
Gets
goes
another
again.
chance. Free lane, left hand, it's good. 9 points now for her. And she forces trying to call a timeout
there.
on a 9-0 run for the Squires to start the second quarter and a full timeout.
9-0 run right
Triton.
there just for Walker.
Talk about put your team on your back and pull and take off and go. That young lady having herself
A time out there.
great time. And that gives her 13 points on the night.
And
I'm sorry,
She's
no,
already-
it'd be 15 points. That's
she's
not
already
bad.
doubled it. She came out of the first half with only 4.
Yeah, that's right. Abby's got it.
Abby's got him.
Yes, I do.
Go compare notes. I'll let you guys take care of that.
Abby's got it.
See, that's why you always have a paper backup just in case.
That's why I have to do paper everything.
The great Sam Stutzman would have taught me that to have a paper backup. I always, man, seriously, we taught he run the community, but he had a notebook with every little bit wrote down. Sam's the man, let me tell you.
Triton coming out of this timeout, really looking here to settle in and get their mojo back as they coming in after this. After that great run there just in the last quarter.
And Sarah Holly kind of shouldered that load. The person I think to keep an eye on for me is I want to see Riffle continue to do nice things, but this is where I think Avery Veers and Sydney King need to take over.
Absolutely. Avery Veers coming up, not getting very many minutes in that first half, strictly because of her foul play.
Ream attacks, can't and does draw the foul with McKinney. I believe going to get called for the foul. It's on her. I believe that'll be her
Third. That puts
third.
her up with 3.
Fouls on number 3, Chloe McKinney.
And Stetler quickly going to come in for her. Ream up, tickles the twine on the first.
Nadia Stetler checking in for the Trojans.
McKinney not happy about coming out. She's a competitor. She wants to be out there on the floor.
Absolutely. And that one foul right there is especially hard because you can see her try and turn away, not trying to really pull anything from her, and she's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And Ream good on the second. Got to get it inbounded. Finds Holly, knocked away by Walker, goes out of bounds. Manchester doing a nice job this full court pressure defense, really just jumping the passing lanes, enforcing that ball where they want it to go.
Absolutely. You see Sierra Hawley out there really trying to fire her team up, saying, get it going.
Riffle's got it, has a head of steam. She's going to go up with the right hand. It's up, can't drop it in. It's a fight. Avery Veers comes up with it, skips it out of bounds, but goes.
Ooh, I thought there was a touch.
And that one goes out of bounds. But the plus side, so if you're looking on, Triton struggling on the offensive side right now, but that's just because Manchester's doing such a good job defending in the backcourt,
Absolutely.
not giving Triton a chance to even breathe anywhere near the paint.
They came out fired up.
And Sauter going to get called for that extra step.
Coach Faulkner here matching up her girls, really looking to put the pressure on them in this defense as they go man.
Triton looking to respond. Going to try to go deep again, but West has other ideas. She intercepts that one. Goes to Stout. Stout, one more pass. Walker again. Why not? She's got 11 points alone here in this quarter. Knocks her right back into Riffle. Double team. Riffle throws it out of bounds.
Ooh.
Hit the deck hard. Veer's going to get called for her third.
There was a hard hit there.
Yeah, she was just, I think, one step she didn't have.
Yeah,
Get
she-
stopped. And
Veer stays out there with 3 fouls.
she's still licking her chops.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
She,
I have some
she's
blood on her
busted,
face.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see it coming.
Now goes to Ream. Sauter into the corner to West. West feeds it down. Ream can't drop it in, but draws the foul. Ream knocks it in. Manchester, their credit. 15 points put up here in this quarter, 11 of those belonging to Walker. And Sydney King checks in for Avery Veers.
Trying to get that lip under control.
Yeah, she's still got her,
She's still
got her-
going down.
her tongue in the cheek. And
It's coming down. I was
there.
more worried about getting on her jersey.
Been there. Holly trying to fight through, and Manchester going to get called for a foul.
Who went to the line that last round? Just then. Let me look.
I was busy watching other things.
Busy watching Avery with her bloody lip.
Yeah. Howard up top of the key. Now she'll work to the right. She'll drive Kennedy. Howard, the head of steam, goes up and drops it in the bucket. Crash Howard's on the board.
that's their first points of this third quarter.
Only 3 minutes gone. Walker again with the hot hand, and it continues to be on fire for her. Trying to thread the needle. Manchester down to Stout, blocked by King. Put back by West is no good. Walker rebound, put back for her's good. Walker.
We'll run out of space here for Walker.
Now Holly up the near sideline in front of the scorer's table, works back to the top of the key. Now set the table. Goes to King. Riffle now. King fighting for it. Walker comes in, and they will force the jump ball call.
Stays here.
And it will stay here with Triton. Remember, did you ever play NBA Jam? Did you ever play that game? You didn't play that one?
No, I
When the
don't
player would like
know.
be on fire when they're on the TV, you know? Oh, well, good grief. Q's probably.
Yeah,
played
I was
it.
gonna say that's a question for Q. Not
I'm a Atari in television.
Well, you're Atari.
days.
Okay. Well,
Well, actually, it's in television at that
I'm
time.
I'm in that like in between window here. Good job by Walker again to knock it free. She
and that's
wants
one
it
thing
back.
for Walker here. She is. Ooh.
Yep, lowered the shoulder just enough.
It was a good hard drive. Ooh, and riffles down.
That will put Walker with 3.
Riffle gets back up.
I think it was more of a pop to the mouth. Another one.
I was
You know,
gonna say, she's got blood coming down now. Dear Lord. Don't. Oh, please don't put it on your jersey. This is one thing that stresses me out so bad is don't put it on the white.
And she's tough.
She is one tough girl.
Let me tell you, in Walker's drive,
Growing up with those boys, you have to be, I guess.
I'm telling you, and my younger sister will attest that the 2 older brothers made her tough. I mean, getting ready to. Well, she was a week before having a baby. She was up on the countertops cleaning the top of the cabinets. And my brother-in-law sends us pictures just to prove she did it. So older brothers do make the younger sisters tougher. I'm just saying,
Absolutely.
it is a thing. King now up the floor. Here comes the trap.
Foul call.
I'm going to get a foul call. I think I might get Walker on the backside.
That's Walker. That puts her with 4.
That's a big foul for Manchester. It is, and it is.
Absolutely.
And Walker, unfortunately, the hot hand's going to come off the floor for a foul that caught her on the backside. I think we're going to get her with reaching around.
That's one thing is she's came out and she's spitting fire on the offensive end, but she is doing quite a lot for this Manchester team on defense too. So that is a key loss in a player.
But Peyton Ream says, hey, I can handle the defensive
Absolutely.
duties back here as well. Holly trying to get freed up. Finally gets a screen and a foul call. I think they're going to call Peyton Ream for a foul, and they will.
I'll put her with 3.
Team's 4th. Both teams with 14 fouls inside the halfway point here in the third quarter. If you want fouls, we've had them in plethora here tonight.
Sauter coming in on behalf of Ream right there.
Had a plethora of fouls tonight. There's my word of the day. Plethora.
3 because they got 4 on the scoreboard.
4 for Ream?
Yeah, and
Am I
she's
behind
got
one?
4.
Oh, I'm behind one. Oh, Lord, that's 2 players with 4 for Manchester.
And now a 15 foul called on Manchester. So we'll send Nadia Seller to the line on the inbound. The pass was high.
Put Sauter with 3 on there.
And Soderman, they're going to say, got underneath and pushed, is what the official's call was, the explanation. Stetler tickles the twine on that one. West down with the basketball. Trying to lose Holly on the crossover. West a very good ball handler. Her and Holly battling with smiles on their face. Stroll goes to the basket. Can't drop it in. King knocks it away. It's a loose ball, and Sauter comes away with the basketball. Now she gets knocked away, and a foul call here on Triton. And now Manchester will be shooting free throws. The bonus.
I already had it marked.
I had 1 extra for her because I keep messing up putting it there. So I'm good. I'm caught up now.
Sauter to go again, drops it in. And a timeout for Manchester. Going to take a full timeout. Both teams now will be left with 2 timeouts remaining in the ballgame. So tomorrow night we're going to attempt football.
Yep,
We're not sure what that looks like yet, but we will make sure you will be up to date. So remember that it's not on YouTube; it's on the IHSA Champions Network. We'll have the link also as well on our Facebook page and wherever else Silas puts it.
we might need a long extension cord, and we might.
I've got 3.
If
I'm sure there's enough of extension cords in Bourbon. We might be able to string enough extension cords from Tippecanoe or at least Rochester to.
Oh yeah.
well,
Yeah.
if we don't
Yeah.
if we don't want to Make it too loud, we could bring the generator.
Just put it in the baseball field. It's far enough away. Just make sure it echoes back towards the woods.
Yeah.
It'll just keep the deer up all night, but it'll be okay.
Oh, Lord.
We'll make it happen. Oh, Ryan's got something to say. He threw on his headset in a hurry. You see it, man? He was a flash. He was a flash of red over here, and he throws that headset on.
No, I just finished my pretzel.
That's all it took. You just had to have a pretzel, and then you're just good to go.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Well, Orion's been running around everywhere. He's been to Plymouth tonight. He's been to back and forth to Bourbon.
I might have to go back to Plymouth.
He might have to go back to Plymouth.
Oh,
Yeah, I wonder how that's going. That's till midnight, probably.
No, they were going to stop at 9:30.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, get all your comments in.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go after the timeout. 3.5 to go here in the third.
Trying really looking to answer here on the start a run up for these girls.
Manchester by 19. Lead was the 2 to start the third quarter, but Walker's hot hand and 21 points. And here comes West with the steal. Howard closing in, knocks it away at the last minute, but a foul call. Got her on the arm. It was a good clean, but just couldn't quite get there in time. So Crash Howard going to get called for the foul, her first. And the bonus the rest of the way out here in the third quarter for these two schools. And Manchester on the night. 11 of 22, so 50%.
Yeah. Yeah, because I hadn't updated.
Haven't updated yet.
Hopefully for the boys.
That's math I can do.
Hopefully.
I can't do percentages. Don't ask me for that.
Well, no, it shows up there.
Well,
22, that's half.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds like Abby needs flashcards as well. It's okay. We have a little study group on, Thursday evenings. It got moved this week.
Yeah.
We even have refreshments at the halfway point. Howard underneath goes up the window. Too strong, knocks it away, and it's going to be a fight for the basketball. And the jump ball's the call, and Manchester comes away with it.
Great power move right there by Howard. Just a little too much power going up into it.
Don't have to break the window. Just gotta lay it off the window. Stevens with it. It's for Sauter. Back to Stevens. Schnepp sets the screen. Sauter with the runner inside the free throw line. Doesn't quite catch the rim. It goes out of bounds. Triton takes over.
Triton really needing to come back on this possession and answer for these adding up points for these girls.
Riffle works left to Holly. Nadia Stetler banks open for Stetler. Slithering her way through the defense there. Howard tries to knock it away. Manchester recovers.
Coach Faulkner right there, really firing up her defense.
Trying to get their arms out so they can take away
Yes.
those passing lanes. Doing a nice job there by Stetler. West down the right wing. Manchester patient with the basketball. Triton really making them work here on offense. Schnepp will try a three. Back iron, no good. Sauter and Holly collide, and a foul is going to be on the floor.
I believe they're going to.
I think they're going to call Holly for the foul. And it is. So Sauter back to the line. 3 of 4 on the night. You look at, Manchester with 18 steals to their credit. That's how tough this defense has been here tonight. 18 rebounds. Of course, that's been stout. 5 of those.
Absolutely.
Off on the second. Stetler gets the rebound. Just outside a minute and a half to go here in the third. King trying to get freed up. Goes to Stetler. Stetler trying to fight through. Stout with some nice defense. Rips it away, and Stetler going to get called for a foul.
But Stetler bringing up her third.
So Stout goes to the line. This will be her first trip, I do believe, to the free throw line tonight. Nope, second trip. Couple trips. Gets the first one to go in. I looked at the wrong lane there. I looked at the three-point one, not the free throw. Off on the second, but West gets the offensive rebound. Lost her dribble. Now goes to Sauter.
Holy, that's going to pick her fourth.
And a big foul there for Triton as Lydia Hammond now are going to come in the ball game on behalf of Sierra Hawley.
She's definitely one I've been excited to
You remembered.
start seeing here.
Abby did it first.
What?
I'm not sure she understands what it means, but she did it first.
What did you do?
On behalf.
On behalf. That's how when IU makes a substitution,
That's
the
how
PA announcer says,
Yeah, Jeremy
"Oh,
Gray.
it only does it when IU substitutes on behalf.
Yep.
On behalf.
I picked it up from you.
Oh, see, that's why we do it. We pick up things from Bloomington, bring them back
Oh, yes.
from our adventures down there. West again, drops it in. Riffling out the floor, minute 12 to go. Crosses it over, drives to the left side of the lane, stops there. Good feed to Stetler, but draws the foul. Manchester, good sportsmanship by them, helping her to her feet.
That's one thing these girls are great about. They are a tough team. They are a competitive team. They are an aggressive team, but they have the sportsmanship when it comes to it.
Yep. So they're going to call on Shannon, her first. So they're off on the first one. That last free throw, Stout.
I think it's been off
Oh,
before that even.
When we get a break, I'll tell you.
Yeah, see if you can tally it up for her.
Stout goes up through contact, can't get it to drop. Stetler gets the defensive board. That's her sixth rebound of the night, leading both teams in the game high of 6 for Nadia Stetler. Hammond lost over her foot, regains control, leaves it for Sydney King. Howard gets trapped in the corner. West, look at her ripping it away from the senior. Up to Sauter. She'll
Foul down in the paint.
Schnepp's going to get called for a foul down off away from the basketball. Riffle now looks at the clock, 23 seconds. Enters the center circle. Goes to Hammond on the left wing. West picks the pocket, jumps in the lane. She'll drive, one-on-one fast break. Lost the defender, and they're going to call a charge.
Great defense right there by Lydia Hammond.
Manchester not pleased with that call. Spectators voicing their opinion.
I think it's another one of those cases with that shoulder dip.
I don't think that because we saw them that shoulder dip. They didn't like it earlier. They're pretty consistent with it. Riffle up the floor. Has to go to Stetler, running out of time. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Squires lead 50-30. We'll take a break. Back for the fourth quarter here in just a bit.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, now we get to this fourth quarter underway. Squires lead by 20. Trying to have that big second quarter. They put up 5, but hey, talk about a big quarter. And all started with Emma Walker coming out with 11
Yes.
with 11 straight points
Yeah, that
for her to start this second half.
11 of their 23 scoring for that third quarter.
Yep. You know, I forgot that was there. Kenny, he put it there, and I
Hey,
forgot it was there.
I like it because then it don't.
It gets tweaked.
It helps
It's-
my
I
math.
I already got a list of some other slight tweaks that we'll see if we can get put on there.
It helps my math.
We can get a foul off the ball. I think. I'm not sure.
No, they're
Oh,
trying to-
clock has not started.
Clock did not start.
Silas just texted me, said, is the scoreboard glitching? It seems like the clock ain't running.
Well, pal, that's just because it was. And poor Silas on
Where-
remote
I was
support
gonna say,
tonight.
Where is Silas?
He's on remote support.
Oh.
Needed an evening. I don't know. We're going to see who runs harder, him or Orion at this point. Here's underneath. Good kick
Good
out. Sydney
kick
King
out.
catch and shoot 3. Counted for
Yes.
King. She needed that one.
That's where we need her. Great looking assist right there by Veers.
And trying to end on a high note here. Manchester's tough. I'm telling you, the Three Rivers better take notice. This team is only going to get tougher as the season goes on. West, I'm going to say that was a 2.
Yep.
Their foot on the line. Riffle now waits for King. King thought about it.
She sees those girls in the middle, but she also knows how strong those Manchester's girls.
So tries to get that one to go towards the basket. King trying to rip away, but good job by West to fight through it. Manchester's got some real tough ball handling. They are strong when it comes to handling that basketball.
Absolutely.
Jeanette now goes out to West.
I thought she was going to do it from that range.
Jumper on the way for Stevens. Can't drop it in. Avery Veers rips away the defensive board. And now Riffle's got to go. Like Coach Faulkner says, you got to keep going. We're
Pushing her girls.
Sydney King, corner 3, high off the window, over the rim, no good. Veers tries to feed, and a foul call. The official from the baseline. Foul's going to be on number 5,
Stevens.
Stevens. Her second, team's first here of the quarter. Chloe McKinney now goes down to Nadia Stetler, can't drop it in.
We're going to call Stetler over back.
Call Stetler over the back on the rebound. Offensive, or I guess loose ball foul.
Going to put Stetler up with 4.
Walker back in the game. Her and Ream both with 4 fouls. And here comes Holly, with her 4 fouls. Lindsay Shy, the reminder,
I was going to say,
hey,
Faulkner and
you've got
her
4.
honor. Stay smart. We need you.
I'm going to say Walker.
Alrighty.
I think you're going to get her. She kind of moved those feet just a little bit before she drove. I think that's where they're going to call that, where they're going to make that call. Of course, we're up here and they're down there, so it looks totally different.
She got what Mr. Heckerman would say is happy feet.
Happy feet, yes. I'll talk about him here in a second. Holly now on the left side. Goes to McKinney. Corner 3. Can't drop it in. Walker with another rebound. Fears got away with one there.
Really got to
Down.
play smart here.
Stout in time. Drops it in the bucket. Now, Adam Heckman, I'll tell you what, I went by the other morning early to go to work, and they had some awesome lights out front for that football game on Friday. They weren't Christmas lights. They were Triton lights now. They had a Trojan head and a whole bunch.
Oh, my
It was cool. It was cool. I hadn't got to see Adam and tell him that those are awesome. Walker trying to say we used an elbow, but no call, which I think that's a good no call. I think it was both players were fighting for position.
Absolutely.
She did have her. She was just trying to get herself in position. I think that was a good no call. Gracie Riffle called for her foul.
Third.
Team second.
David.
Oh, man.
Now up to Holly.
Triton really just needed a break like they pulled out in the second quarter.
Sydney King goes to Holly. Riffle now, she'll step into a three. Can't drop it in. Here's fights for it, slaps it to Sydney King, and goes out of bounds.
Faulkner really trying to fire up her girls here as you see that frustration settle in here.
It's how do you respond right now?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're maybe down on that scoreboard, and it made the game.
We were down in the
Could be out of
second
the head.
quarter too, and they brought it back in within
You brought it back.
two.
Let's respond well here. Let's end on a high note.
Absolutely. That second quarter being a very aggressive game where they Triton coming out 19 over Manchester of just 12. It just comes to outplaying and who's going to step up and do it for the girls, for the Lady
Walker
Trojans.
all by herself. Drops it in the bucket. She continues to be on fire.
Not the girl you want to leave uncontested, that's for sure.
Game high, 26 points for her. Hasn't updated yet.
I got it.
Just waiting for you to correct me. I know it hasn't updated yet.
No.
Walker gets it knocked away from Holly. Holly back the other way. Hop step goes up with it. Can't get it to drop in. And Walker with the rebound. Walker going to push. Walker's been sensational tonight for Manchester. Trying taking notice. Sauter drives through. Looks out for Walker. She'll drive, runner from the side of the lane. Continues to drop. She cannot miss here in the second half.
Absolutely.
All on the left side. Stops there. Here comes the trap. Jump ball's the call. Oh, maybe not. No foul call.
We foul on, I believe. If that's Ream, that pulls her out.
And it is.
Yep. Pulls her out with her 5.
Stevens checks in for her. West will check in the game for Sauter.
If you're Walker here, you've had a fire. You've been fired up this entire second half on offense and defense, but you've also got to keep your head here because she's right behind Ream there with 4.
Riffle catch and shoot 3. Off the front iron. Bounces off the window. No good. West down the basketball. Works to the right side. Attacking. Stepping through. Knocked away by Veers and a travel call. So they kind of held her up there. Schnepp's going to check in. Shannon will check in. And Walker comes off the floor. She's had herself a night. 28 points.
Night.
11 of 16 from the floor. And like I said, started off those first 11 points, and she did not look back.
Absolutely.
Start of that
not.
third quarter. She's the reason why her team is up on that scoreboard. She's played well, but this team as a whole for Manchester has been very good defensively here tonight. Here's pull jumper side of the lane, hits the back iron, too strong. Rebound to West, and West is another one who's going to be a nice player for this Manchester team. They got a lot of they got some good depth for this group here. Be interested to see what they do as the season progresses. Stevenson shot blocked by Riffle. Troll kicks it out to Stevens. Up fake. She'll try a short corner jumper and it drops in. And Triton, you know, for them, you had a big second quarter. There's a lot of things to like. I mean, got to get those turnovers corrected. Just like I said, the big thing is the timing and the chemistry. The flow's not quite there yet. This group here has got to find that rhythm. Who's going to be that voice to kind of just take over and kind of facilitate with this, what you want to see out here on the floor.
Absolutely.
And just like I said, doesn't mean they're a bad team because they're not a bad team. This is a team that just hasn't quite figured out their identity and really found their stride yet.
Absolutely. And when Triton finds and figures out how much potential they truly have, what is going to flip the switch for them is their aggression and their confidence that they build up here on the court. Taking absolutely nothing away from this Manchester team tonight, who has absolutely worked for every point that they have gotten. It has not been easy on them.
Veers with the block. Riffle trying to track it down, falls, slides, and it's.
Faulkner
They got away with the travel. There was a little bit of a slide there.
Yeah.
There's a little slide.
And you could see Faulkner realizing that. She said, "Timeout, please."
But like I said, the big thing for Triton here, you start off the season, you lose your first 2 games. Next week you play a conference opponent. That's one you want to make sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, we want to kind of dot the T's or dot the I's and cross the T's and get things kind of all organized for that one, especially. And then you also have a sectional opponent potentially in South Central.
Mm-hmm.
You're at their place, and it's for next week, Triton just has to find a way to kind of just get on rhythm, come together as a group, and continue just to try to find what's going to be that combination that's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
because pieces are there.
They're very much so there. We saw them last night and following over tonight. Just the ball work, just finding Avery Veers with that in and out to Sydney King, Sierra Hawley finding those drives. If it's not working up, go in. And especially on these defensive side too, stopping Manchester there on the sidelines here in I believe it was the second quarter. There are so many good qualities coming together with this Triton team, and it's just a matter of 2 games.
It's just a matter of confidence and just trusting your teammates. I mean, this is good. That stuff is stuff that's going to have to be worked through. It's not just going to be a flip of a switch. It's going to be there. But this group here, if they continue to be strong with the basketball, work with one another out there as one whole group out there on the floor, this is going to be a tough group.
Absolutely.
King to inbound, nowhere to go. Waits for McKinney. She gets it to the top of the key. Leaves it back for King. Leaves it for Holly. Sets the screen. Holly now drives. Retreats out of the corner. Now goes to King. King down the corner. The drive out to Veer. She'll try a 3. Catch and shoot. Too strong. Rebound goes to Stevens. Gets it knocked away. West keeps it alive. Nice play by her there on the baseline. Egoff. She'll try a 3. Can't drop it in. Rebound goes to Riffle. Final minute and a half of the ball game here nearing.
Faulkner pushing her girls up that floor.
Manchester going to pick up their first win of the season here in this one. Triton will fall to 0-2 as Riffle tries a 3 count, and Gracie Riffle's got 3 threes here tonight. Not a bad start there for the freshman.
Absolutely not. And props to Coach Faulkner down there, really keeping her team locked in this entire game. Is the game going the way you wanted? Not entirely, but she is still there, and she's advocating for her team, and she is keeping them locked in where they need to be at all times.
Snap goes underneath. Stroll gets that one up and in. Good feed in the back underneath. Final minute. Chloe McKinney with a deep 2. Can't drop it in. Rebound goes to Egoff, but she'll travel after she collects it. And Nadia Stetler going to check in for Chloe McKinney.
Great defensive night for McKinney as she takes it. She was there every time her team needed her. She was in and out of every play.
And like I said, this is a young group, a group that's still trying to find out what that identity is. Once they find out, look out. Riffle with the runner. Can't drop it in. Veers put back. Needs it knocked out and knocked away. Riffle goes to inbound. 40 seconds to go right in front of Caden down there on the sideline. A baseline camera. Holly to Veers. Now to Riffle. She'll try another 3. Can't get this one to drop it. Holly elevates, knocks it back. Manchester comes away with the basketball. West now top the key, crosses it over. Stops, looks back for Stevens. Teagoff lost it. Holly now going to push 20 seconds. 2-on-2 fast break. Holly drives up underneath and draws the foul. Goes to the line for 2. It'll be on Stevens.
Her third. Howard looking to check in as these seconds wind down.
And now Howard comes in for Sydney King. Good on the second. And Manchester going to dribble out here. They're going to pick up their first win, winning here 65 to 30.
Travel.
Travel?
yeah,
Okay.
on Stevens. She kind of went to that jump stop and she had to double step.
And De Beers, and that's going to do it. Last second shot, no good. Triton falls to 0-2 on the year. Manchester picks up their first season win, and on the shoulders of Emma Walker, who had herself a second half. Had 4 points there at halftime, and then put up 24 here in the second half. What a night there for the sophomore and Emma Walker. She's got a bright future ahead of her, and she's fired up and rightly slow. So as we wait for the...
I think it's
I
close.
think you're going to be pretty well as good as you're going to get there, Kenny.
And I'm going to do it this way so I can
There you
see
go.
it. So for the Triton girls there, Riffle led them with 11, Holly with 8, Stetler with 5, and King with 5, and Avery Veers 4. McKinney and Howard each with 2 for Manchester. Walker, they're big. They're 28 points, leading all scores. Stout with 9, Ream with 8, West with 7, Sauter with 5, Stevens with 5, Egoff and Schultz with each with 2. And then on those team stats there, the field goals there, 13 of 37 for the Trojans, 23 of 65 for the Squires. Those three-pointers, 5 of 14, 4 of 13. Got some of those finally getting to drop. Free throws there are 6 of 15 for the Trojans, but 16 of 31 free throw attempts for Manchester. Rebounds there, fairly close, 21-26, but there's another big there. Those turnovers, those 30 turnovers of the Trojans just was a kind of a big downfall for them tonight.
So that being said, some things to work on, but, if you're trying, don't hang your head just yet. I mean, still early in the year, but Manchester, props to them, played a good game here tonight. And a lot of these two teams, it's early in the season, still a long way to go. We haven't even crossed Thanksgiving yet, so still plenty of basketball to be left to be played.
Yes.
So we're going to hang it up here from the Trojan Trench. And until next time, remember the Trojan way.